Welcome everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this very special event, which we're so excited to be hosting online. My name is Ima Ramos and I'm the curator of the British Museum's current exhibition, Tantra, Enlightenment to Revolution. As part of the show's public programme, we're delighted that the acclaimed musician and artist Parvathy Baul is performing a music and storytelling concert for us, entitled Shakta Bhav, Songs of Tantric Mysticism. Parvathy is one of the world's most well-recognized Baul performers. The Bauls are a sect of singer-poets with close ties to Tantra, mainly based around Bengal and Bangladesh. They're famous for their mystical songs, which they perform with simple stringed instruments, and for their syncretic beliefs that fuse Tantric, Bhakti and Sufi ideas, centering on the idea that divinity is present and accessible within the human body. The Bauls hold women in high esteem as bearers of Shakti, or divine feminine power. Parvathy was drawn towards the Baul way of life at the age of 16. In her own words, Baul freedom is limitless. It gives one such a sense of peace and goes beyond religion, caste, creed, and any limited identities. She's spent many years learning the songs of previous generations of Baul singers. Parvathy was awarded the Sangeet Natak Academy Award in 2019 by the Indian government for her services to the Baul tradition. She's performed in more than 40 countries around the world and is currently creating a dedicated Baul learning centre in her home state of Bengal. As a practicing artist, she also creates woodcut prints, 2 of which we acquired for the museum, especially for the Tantra show. One depicts a group of female Baul performers at a village festival, and another represents the famous 19th century Tantric master Bhamakepa at Tarapit cremation ground in Bengal. We're absolutely delighted that Parvathy is joining us today for this special 45-minute performance. It will be followed by a live Q&A alongside Editor-in-Chief of Songlines magazine, Simon Broughton. So please do send questions for that later on using the Q&A box.
অসম্ভব আমি কি ব্রহ্মপদ পাব গো মা তারা আমার কি হবে গো মা আমি কি এমতি রব কুপুত্রী সুপুত্রী কুপুত্রী সুপুত্রী যে হয় সে চরণে বিদিত সব কুপুত্রী হইলে জননী কি ফেলে একথা কাহারে কব আমার কি হবে কি হবে দিন দয়া আমি কি এমতি রব রাম প্রসাদ বলে তারা 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 ছাড়া কি আছে যে আর নাম লবু তুমি তারাইতে পারো সেই সে তারিণী নামটি রেখেছেন ভগবান মতি রব মা আমি কি এমতি রব হৃদয় রাস মন্দিরে দারামা ত্রিভঙ্গ হয়ে একবার হয়ে বাঁকা যেমা লেখা শ্রীরাধারে বামে লয়ে হৃদয় রাস মন্দিরে দারামা দারামা ত্রিভঙ্গ হয়ে একবার হয়ে বাঁকা দেমা দেখা শ্রীরাধারে বামে লয়ে হৃদয় রাস মন্দিরে মা নরকার কটি খুলে পরমা পিত ধরা নরকার কটি মা খুলে পরমা পিত ধরা মাথায় দেমা মোহন চূড়া তোর মাথায় দেমা মোহন চূড়া চরণে চরণ থুয়ে হৃদয় রাস মন্দিরে দারামা ত্রিভঙ্গ হয়ে একবার হয়ে বাঁকা দেমা দেখা শ্রীরাধারে বামে লয়ে তাড়াতাড়ি গলে পরমা বনমালা মা কালী কালী ছেড়ে মা কালা কালী ছেড়ে মা কালা ওগো ও পাশানি মেয়ে হৃদ মাঝারে কালো শশী মা আমি দেখতে বড় ভালোবাসি হৃদ মাঝারে কালো শশী মা হৃদ মাঝারে কালো শশী মা আমি দেখতে বড় ভালোবাসি হাসি ছেড়ে ধর্মবাসী মায়সী অসি ছেড়ে ধর্মবাসী ভক্ত বাঞ্ছা পুরাইয়ে হৃদয় রাস মন্দিরে দারামা মা দারা দারামা ত্রিভঙ্গ হয়ে একবার হয়ে বাঁকা দেমা দেখো শ্রীরাধারে বামে লই হৃদয় রাস মন্দিরে মা আনন্দ 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 ব্রহ্মাকার আনন্দ ব্রহ্মাকার আনন্দ ধারু ব্রহ্মাকার আনন্দ ধারু সহস্রারে দীপ্তাকার ব্রহ্মাকার আনন্দ ধারু তাহে ব্রহ্মক্ষেত্র নিত্য ভূমি আনন্দময় সুধা ধার ব্রহ্মকার আনন্দ ধারু আছে ত্রিকোণ রূপে মহাযন্ত্র বিম্ব পুরুষ নারী রূপা মাধুরী শম্ভু অম্বু বিন্দু পারা ব্রহ্মাকার আনন্দ ধার আনন্দ ধারা হংস তত্ত্ব সাধন তত্ত্ব সহং তত্ত্ব সাধ্যতা তাহে নারী মূলে ত্রিশূল ফেলে শিবের আসন চমৎকার কিবা শক্তি রক্ত বরণ আতুলনা রূপরাচারা তাহে পুরুষ রতন শুভ্র বরুণ যোগাযোগের কর্ণধারা ব্রহ্মাকার আনন্দ ধারা ভাবের ভাবুক না পায় ভাবি মা ভাবের ভাবুক না পায় ভাবি ঘরে দেখে অন্ধকার হে হাওরে ভেবে বলে সেই চরুণে গলে যাওয়া সন্ধি তারা ব্রহ্মাকার আনন্দ বাবা বাবা বাম গলে বাঁধিয়া মগন হইয়া হার ফিরে মাতিয়া শঙ্কর কর শঙ্কর কর শঙ্কর কর শঙ্কর শঙ্কর প্রমথনাথ ঘটকু ডামরু লইয়া করি কোটি 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 দানব সাধ শ্মশানে ফিরিছে গাইয়া কোটি তটে বাঘের ছালে গলায় দুলিছে হাড়ের মালু নাগ জগ পাবিত ভালো গরজে গরবে মানিয়া শশধর কলা ভাল শোভে নয়ন চকুরু অমিয় লোভে স্থির গতি অতি মনের ক্ষোভে কেমন পাইব ভাবিয়া হার ফিরে মাতিয়া শঙ্কর কর শঙ্কর কর শঙ্কর কর শঙ্কর শঙ্কর আধা চাঁদ কিবা করে চিকিমিকি নয়নে আনন্দ ধিকি 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 প্রজ্বলিত হয়ে থাকি 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 দেখি রিপুগণে যায় ভাগিয়া বিভূতি ভূষণ মোহন বেশ তরুণ অরুণ আধার দেশ সব আভরণ গলায় শেষ দেবের দেব যোগিয়া 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 ঋষভ চলিছে খিমিকি খিমিকি বাজিছে ডমরু দিমিকি দিমিকি ধরত তাল দ্রিমিকি দ্রিমিকি হরি গুণ হর মাতিয়া বদন লহরি উঠিছে কালো 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 জটা জুট মাঝে থাকিয়া প্রসাদ কহিছে হে ভব ঘোর শিয়ারে সমন করিছে জোর কাটিতে নারিনু করো ডোরো নিজ গুণে লহ তারিয়া হার ফিরে মাতিয়া শঙ্করু শঙ্কর শঙ্করু করু শঙ্করু শঙ্করু হে মা দুর্গা দুর্গা দুর্গে মা দুর্গে দুর্গতি নাশিনী তারিণী অনুগত প্রণত ভক্ত হিত কারিণী হে মা হে দুর্গা দুর্গা দুর্গে মা দুর্গে চিন্ময়ী নির্গুণানন্দ গুণধারিণী दुर्गे माँ दुर्गे अपार महिमा वेदागमे जार नहीं सीमा আমি অজ্ঞানতি আমি অজ্ঞানতি তত্ত্ব কে জানি সগুণে করুণা দানে হইয়া গো চরমে অকিল চন হে মা চিত্ত কারিণী হে মা হে মা দুর্গা দুর্গা দুর্গে মা দুর্গে মা দুর্গে
Parvathy Baul, thanks very much for joining us, and thanks for specially recording those 5 pieces for this occasion. I'd like to begin by asking really where you've learnt the songs from. I saw that the last song, To Durga, was a composition of yours, but the other songs, were they from a particular teacher, or are they in the community? How have you learnt them?
Namaste, Simon. Very lovely to be here with you, and thanks to the British Museum to organize this. To come back to say, the last one was my composition, but the previous songs, some of them are traditional. All of them are traditional poetry. But some of the melodies and the ragas I have chosen and composed.
And have you had a particular musical teacher and a particular tantric teacher in your education?
My gurus, my Parama Guru, from whom I learned singing and dancing and also took my initiation, is Sri Sanatan Das Baul. And then I was sent to Sri Shashanka Gosai. When I met him, he was 97-year-old, and I had only 3 years with him. I learned with him, and at age of 100, he left his body, he took his samadhi. These are my teachers, but I have many teachers And as you can see, all the pictures behind are my teachers. So he's a must. His name is Abdul Salam. And I also had here Nilakantha Pillai. So they were my spiritual teachers.
So you've had both musical teachers and spiritual teachers.
Yes, because this tradition is absolutely, spiritual tradition, and we are using our sound to have the realization of the true sound in the body, which is the sound of the universe. So it's a process of meditation. That is why without spirituality, Baul song cannot exist.
The Bauls are particularly known as spiritual musicians and performers with their own beliefs and their own worldview. How does that relate to Tantra? What's the connection?
Actually, if you look at Baul, it is the essence of all the schools. The uniqueness of this is it is the melting pot of all the traditions. There is no section which you can call this is Tantra, this is Vaishnavism, this is Bhakti, this is Buddhism. Everything has come together. And it has come together through the sound, through the music. So in every, we have Bija mantras. We sing to Kali. At the same time, we sing to Krishna. So, and again, we have songs that talks about Guru and songs that talks about the Nirakar. Nirakar means the formlessness, like Sufis. So everything comes together.
The songs you were doing were for Shakti, for the female power. I'm guessing that for you, female power is very important spiritually and presumably also professionally as a performer.
There are few people, who have a connection to the Shakti. They are the one who sings to the Shakti. My school has connection to the Shakti. So we sing to the Shakti, Mother Shakti. And the songs of the mother is very full. It's the rhythm is usually very slow, and there are different ways of using the sound through the ragas. There are different ragas. So it's really fulfilling for a singer to sing these songs. And there is, when you sing about mother, there's something fills your heart. There is something that is feminine, and it's, it melts you, and it really takes you where, the energy that grows inside you, you really want to be there. So this is why many of the Baul masters, they sing to the mother.
I'm interested that you say that they're slow, the songs to Shakti, to the mother, because I've seen you perform before, and sometimes your songs are very, very much faster and very much sort of full of energy. And it's interesting that it's this repertoire that's got this particular quality about it.
Yeah, it is very meditative in its nature.
I'm going to turn to one of the questions someone sent in, somebody called Helen Clay, and she asks about the instrument that you're plucking. I know it's called an ektara, which actually means one string, but can you say a little bit about that instrument? And I know it's used by spiritual singers quite a lot. Okay, we have one on hand.
So this is ektara, and it has only one string. And this ektara, it's a very old one. It belongs to my teacher here, Shashanka Gosai. He's ektara, the master who was 100-year-old woman. All his life he carried this. So this ektara, it is having one sound, and this is the sound of the Om. So Baul singer is keeping close to the ear and feeding himself or herself Om, and based on this, so you're saying this sound is the sound of the bee, the Brahmari, the sound of the bee. So it is constantly fed in the ear. And also Ektara symbolizes the human body. We said this sound exists inside us. When the Ektara will, when the true sound inside will start playing, we will not need an Ektara outside.
You're still using it. The other instrument that you play is the dugi drum. Can you tell us? I guess that's on hand as well.
So this is my dugi. I have used
Yeah.
it so much, so it is a little bit tired. All of that. And so dugi is it's like a small tabla. This is made of clay, and this is leather, and this is a kind of glue that is made of rice. They cook it for so long that it turns to black color. So
Use it on tabla as well, don't they?
yeah. So this is to, if it is flat, it will give a flat sound. But if you have this black material here, then it will give a sound of boom. It's some boom is coming. So to bring the roundness in the sound, we say the roundness in the sound. So this is why this is used. And the dugi is tied usually to the hip of the Baul masters, and this symbolizes the human body. It's made of clay. Yeah.
A quick question about the language. What language are the songs in that you were singing?
In this, I have sang all of them in Bengali. Some Bengalis are old Bengalis, and some of them are in the new language.
Because the real concentration of the Baul tradition is Bengal, isn't it?
Yes. In Bangladesh, Bengal, some parts of Tripura, then little bit of Assam, because there is connection to the Shakti Peeth Kamakhya, and some parts, little part of Orissa, which is adjoining to the Bengal side.
There's some other questions from people who've been watching, but before that, I want to talk about the painting, the woodcut. Parvathy, you're an artist as well, and one of your pictures is in the exhibition. I do recommend people go to the exhibition because it's really quite enlightening, actually. But if we can just see the picture, it's of a tantric master called Bamakepa, and he's at a sort of cremation ground called Tarapit, which is quite a famous place for tantric people to go. Can you tell us a little bit about the picture and what it's depicting and why?
So here I'm basically seeing Bamakepa as both the Purusha and Prakriti. And Purusha means the Shiva, and Prakriti, the Tara, Ma Tara herself. So here the image of Bamakepa is Kal Bhairav. So Kal Bhairav is the image of Shiva who roams around in the cremation ground, and he has black dog as his vehicle, and he is full of compassion. So the story here is like, there are two different stories of Tarama, the Pratishtha, or the installation in the temple. So Tarama, they said that when Ugra Tara became very, she was dancing and she was killing Balasur. She was so much into the war that the whole whole creation started collapsing. She was destroying everything, and nobody could stop her. At that time, Shiva took the form of a little child and went to her crying. And looking at the child, she became very compassionate and took Shiva in her lap and started to feed her breast. So it is also for me an image of a war ground where he is like a child and he's approaching the mother to take him in her lap. And Tarapit is a Siddhapit. And Vasishtha Muni, he's the one who installed. So the murti that you see outside is a face with 8 metals. But inside there is a murti in the stone. Murti means the statue in the stone. where she is holding like a mother with a baby, and the baby is Shiva, that is inside Murti. So this is the image and the meditation of Tara. And Tara, the meaning of Tara is one who do Tarana. Tarana means healing, one who heals. So people go there, and it is said Bamakhapa had incredible power of healing. He have cured many people. So this is a quality of the goddess.
I'll go to one of the other questions we've had from Alex, and it's about bowls and whether bowls as performers can challenge society and social injustice or even change things.
See, one when in the path of yoga, in the path of love, one will never tolerate any kind of injustice, naturally. Because for a Baul, there is nothing called higher or lower, nothing called you and me, nothing called poor or rich, or any other difference. So anybody who comes to a Baul will get, embraced by the Baul practitioners. So naturally, when somebody is, tortured without any reason, or some injustice is happening, they will definitely tell about it. It is not from a political or revolutionary side. It is from the heart, seeing the truth and seeing the purity and the transparency of human life.
So I guess you're not being political, obviously. You're talking about humanity, but that is a way of perhaps spreading change in the world.
Yes, absolutely, because humanity is something that can touch anyone, even animal or trees or birds. Everybody understands what is love. Everybody responds to love. So this is the only way that the Baul say. It's more powerful than weapon. That's why we sing,
The guitar is more powerful than the gun, as people say. Shivam asks and mentions that Bob Dylan was very inspired by Baul culture. And as a Baul, can you see similarities between what you're doing and what Bob Dylan was doing?
I am very fond of Bob Dylan music, and that's how actually before I heard the songs of Baul, I heard Bob Dylan music because that was more available to me. And I was deeply touched. And but when I heard the Bauls, I could see the echo of what he was writing, like blowing in the wind or tambourine man. It sounds like, I could see the mela and akhara where the Baul sits and sing. But if you look at that Dylan from the humanistic side, like from his humanness he wrote against the injustice, and he was a voice for so many people. It was so clear, and in that way there is similarity with the Baul. And sometime when his earlier time, when he was singing only with a guitar, it's like he's singing only with Ektar and Dugi of a Baul master. So yeah, there are similarity in the approach, in the attitude. Yes, there is similarity.
You've got one string, he's got 6 on his guitar, but it's... Deborah Ati from India says, how's your experience been performing Indian folk and spiritual music abroad, outside?
Well, is there any difference between human, and is there any difference in music? Music has no language. And I respond to the song of Bob Dylan. I respond to the song of the Spanish flamenco. I respond to the song of the Sufis in Iran or Turkey. So why not? I can, people respond to our music, because any sound that comes from the heart will touch. So if they say that my song is from here to your there, means from my heart to your heart. So it's a vibration of sound that goes, nothing else. There is nothing else.
At home in India, Are there places that you are regularly performing in a sort of, spiritual or devotional way?
Yes, like I do concerts, which is very much like music concerts. I also sing in certain places, for example, ashrams and temples. I do sing, and sometime in dargah also.
A question from Anjali, who wants to know about your center, Baul Center, that you're opening in West Bengal. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
So this was a vision of my teacher, Sri Sanatan Das Baul. And he told me, because in the old time, most of the akharas, akharas is a place where the music were composed, the teaching was happening. So usually one teacher will have 3 to 4 different students. But because of the time change, the social changes happened in the villages, this kind of practice is getting diluted. So he said to me that you should create, because Baul were mostly the underground. I mean, they were a little bit invisible for people because it was a secret society. But he said, no, but now time has changed and you should allow all the school to come and make a place which is recognizable, like it is a Baul learning center, it is a practicing center.
So people can apply and come on a course or something?
Yeah, we have a retreat. We have a retreat. For that, people can come. Yes.
And in fact, I think at the end of this interview, and we need to wrap up soon, but I think there's also information about a course that you're doing imminently, isn't there?
Yeah, I just opened up because usually this time many people come to learn, but they cannot come to learn because of the COVID. So we are meeting online. So people can, I will do only 6 sessions. And people who are doing music for a long time and who are new, they both can apply. 2 different sections.
Mm-hmm. Probably an impossible question to give a brief answer, but what's the essence of the Baul philosophy in your view?
Wow. I would say that to have the self-realization or to find the love inside and to wake up the sound inside, because once the sound is awakened, then the doors of us, all our is this body, it will open. And once the doors are open, there is no problem in coming and going, in receiving or in giving. So this is the essence of the Baul, to open the door.
Parvathy Baul, thank you very much for your conversation and your performance. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. It was lovely to be with you in this evening.